Kimberly&Kids. So we are going to do Abrielle's 6-month update, and this is late. She's actually 6.5 months old, and I'm sorry it's late. I've been behind even on Vlogtober. I've got like so much going on that I've just got a lot going on. I'm getting ready to start another job, and it's just, everything is hectic. So we'll do her 6-month update. I told you guys I was going to wait to do her update because I really wanted to do it after she had been to her 6-month well-child checkup, so I knew how much she weighed and all that good stuff for you guys. And I'm actually really glad that I waited now, because I've got some other things I'm going to go ahead and mention that have developed in the last couple of weeks too, since she turned 6 months old. Anyway, basically, her weight was 16 pounds and 5 ounces, and once again, her doctor is really kind of concerned about that for the simple fact of he's worried that she's gaining weight too quick, and he wants that to kind of slow down because she's really short. Like, her height is only in like what is it, the 10th percentile on her growth chart, I think, and her weight is in like the 50th now. So he's kind of concerned about that. He didn't tell us to limit food consumption again because she really needs to be starting solids, but he's also worried about that. But he told me he's hopeful that once she starts crawling and really getting active, that she'll shed a lot of it and that she'll hit a growth spurt and grow, this way. But I don't know, myself personally, I do not think that my daughter is obese. I mean, to me, she looks like pretty much any other 6-month-old baby we see in the grocery store. They have little fat dimples and rolls on them. Most babies have that. I look in pictures of me as a baby, and I looked pretty much the same. I had little fat rolls and dimples in me too, and Sam did as well. And another thing to kind of consider is the fact that I'm not that tall. I'm only debatable. I'm either 5 foot or 5'1". It kind of, I guess it depends on what doctor's office I go to and how they measure me. I've noticed I range anywhere from 5 foot to 5'1" almost. And Sam is not really all that tall for a guy either. He's probably about average, maybe a little bit below. So I don't expect Abrielle to be super tall, honestly. I'll be surprised if she is. I mean, I guess it could happen. My dad's tall, and Sam's father is tall, but, so, there's that. So basically, he said that she looked great. She met all of her developmental milestones. And the milestones that he was looking for this checkup is she sitting up, unsupported, which, as you can see, I promise you guys, she's not leaning on me. She's sitting up. She can do it. I've actually showed you guys a video of it. She's been doing that now for a couple... How long has she been doing that? Right before her 6-month checkup, she'd started doing that. She'd been doing it for maybe about a week before then. So she is sitting up on her own. Can she pass one object, from one hand to the other hand like that? And she can do it. Oh, she thinks I'm taking her toys. So she can do that. And he was also looking for, if she babbles a lot and if she makes consonant and vowel sounds, and she does, she goes like ba 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 and ga 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 and da 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 and whatever. And sometimes it honestly sounds like she's saying da da, but I really don't think she has any comprehension. I think she's just baby talking, babbling, hearing herself talk. And obviously, she's rolling over good. Considering she was already going to get her shots that she needed for 6 months old, I did let her get the flu shot, and she had the first round, and she has to go back. The doctor told us that, like, babies or small children, when they get their very first flu shot, like the first one ever, they have to get it in 2 doses. So she has to go back November 9th to get the 2nd dose. And honestly, considering they were already going to stick her with, like, 2 needles and give her the liquid, and she's already going to be crabby, I figured why not, because Honestly, he made me feel like that I would be a bad mom, I guess, if I didn't, give my daughter a flu shot. I can remember as a kid, like, I never had one. My mom, I don't even remember my pediatrician growing up ever giving us that option. Ever, I don't think. But, then again, I'm not that old, but I guess, in 20 years, things do change, so. And even as a teenager, I never got a flu shot. I never had a flu shot until I was pregnant with Abrielle. And I'm debating about if I'm going to get one this year. I guess I'm going to go ahead and get one just because I have her. I don't know. All I know is never got a flu shot, never had the flu. So, knock on wood that none of us get sick. Other than that, she sits up. I've already told you some of the things that she does. She's really into playing. Right now we're sitting in the floor on her quilt. And a lot of the times during the day, this is what I'll do with her. I'll put down her quilt or one of her other blankies, and I'll get her toy box and get some of her toys out, the ones that she really seems to prefer. And we'll kind of spread them out, and we'll just sit here and play with them. And she'll roll around and do her little baby thing, whatever she wants to do. So she is extremely active. I'm really all over the place with this. I'm sorry, guys. I know the lighting is bad, but I think you can still tell her hair is blonde. It is not brown like mine. It is blonde like Sam's. Her eyes are still blue. Pretty sure they're going to stay blue. So, yay for that. And, yes, gosh, I normally tell you guys, I'm sorry, I'm so over, everywhere with this. I guess I'm just distracted by her, and I'm tired and stuff. Anyway, so, at 6.5 months old, she is wearing size 3 diapers now. She almost made it to 6 months in size 2, almost, we were right there borderline, but they just were not working anymore at size 2. They were really tight. They were leaving marks on her legs. Just things were not working with the size 2. They did not fit, and we were having accidents because they did not cover like they needed to. So we bumped her up to size 3 2 or 3 days, I think, before she turned 6 months old. She's still in 3 to 6 clothing, and I think she'll be in it for a little while longer. She has plenty of room in the clothing, so I think it's going to work for her a bit longer. She is still having her formula. Obviously, she's still on Gerber Good Start Gentle, and she, there we go. That's bugging me. I wish I would have thought to pause that or turn that down or did something with that earlier. I'm sorry, I'm so over the place. I'm just out of it tonight, whatever. She normally, when she takes a bottle, she eats anywhere from 4 to 6 ounces. She'll usually have a 6-ounce bottle when she wakes up first thing in the morning. She's a hungry little beast. Otherwise, it's just 4-ounce bottles throughout the day. She's eating about 30 ounces in a day, about that. Anywhere between 28 and 30. She eats baby cereal still, and she has started baby food now. And we did buy some of the stage 1, and she did really well with that. So, Veronica had already okayed it. We're just going to go ahead and move on to the stage 2, not really bother with stage 1. For the simple fact that you can get bigger jars for about the same price, a couple cents more. It's just more economical, honestly, for us. So we have cabinets stocked with baby food and cereal. Usually she has 1 bowl of cereal a day, and that's normally sometime morning, mid-morning, before lunch, and then she'll have baby food at lunch and dinner, and in between then or within, following is bottles. And I guess it wouldn't be development-wise, but new to her and us, we have said goodbye to the pacifier. We actually threw out all of her passies for the simple fact of she's 6 months old now. I wanted to wean her off them before a year, And to begin with, Abrielle never really liked pacifiers. She never used hers that much. She just spits back out, and really now she's gotten to a point where she just takes her finger, loops it through that little ring, and ooh, shoots it right out of her mouth and throws it in the floor. And it's become a game to her of make mommy and daddy pick up the passy. So we got rid of them, and she has not noticed their disappearance whatsoever. Like, we just went cold turkey. It was just like, Sam, can we just throw these in the trash? He's like, sure, I guess. So we threw them out, and haven't looked back since. So she's doing great without pacifier. She's really started to learn to, oh gosh, dangerous, self-soothe. I guess what she has replaced the pacifier with is her fingers. She is a big finger baby, and I don't know if that's going to be a problem later on, but personally, kind of right now, I'd rather her fingers be in her mouth than the pacifier. I wanted that thing gone. And I struggled in the beginning with giving her one anyway. Like, I thought I would at the very beginning, and then closer to her birth, I decided no passies. And then once we wound up having to switch her to formula, I was like, well, you know, what's it better now? So she did get passy. And honestly, it never really did much for her at all. So, also, new to her and to all of us are sippy cups. Her doctor okayed her starting sippy cups, and when she went to her 6-month checkup, she was already off pacifiers and had been for a while. Like, we took him away at probably 5.5 months old. And he seemed really excited and glad about that, and he was really encouraging the sippy cups. So we have started those, and she's done really well so far. Like, I think she notices the difference because it takes her a little bit longer to have her milk, because it's a little bit more work getting it out of the spout. But she hasn't put up a fuss, she hasn't refused it or anything like that. So we're doing good there. And also new to Abrielle is she is getting her first tooth. It's like down here on the bottom on this side. So like with us in line, it's the right side. To you guys, it's your left. But she's getting a little tooth. And me and Sam freaked out. Like, we found it today actually, and we were what were we doing? We were like all laying in the bed watching a movie together. And she leaned over and was like gnawing on Sam, and he's like, there's something in her mouth. So we started freaking out, thinking she'd gotten a hold of something somehow and put it in her mouth. And then we realized it was a little itty bitty tooth, like poking just barely through, and it's actually really cute. And the funny thing about it is, like, we know she's been teething, she's been drooling and gnawing, but honestly it does not seem to cause her any discomfort yet. She's just her regular baby self. So I'm hoping that that's a good sign. That means that teething is not gonna bother this child. Huh? Yeah. You're gonna fall over if you keep looking at me. She's really, honestly, a good baby. She sleeps through the night. She's been sleeping through the night. Getting her to go to sleep is sometimes difficult. If she has had a day where we've been gone for at least 6 hours away from the house, like, especially on days that we go and hang out with my mom, like, we'll be gone for at least 6 hours, because we'll go to the park and go back to my mom's, and me and my mom will cook and eat and all this other stuff, and mom will spend time with her. So especially on days that we go to grandma's and we get home later in the evening, by the time it's almost bedtime, especially if I can keep her awake and not let her nap while we're gone really all that much, she'll fall asleep, and she'll sleep really well through the night, which means we sleep better. So we have really been blessed with a good baby that sleeps through the night. She doesn't really fuss a whole lot. Mostly her complaints are hungry, wet, bored. You really have to keep her entertained. You really have to switch her up. And she's probably about to reach her maximum limit about these toys. You have to switch out her toys and give her new stuff to play with, or else she really gets just irritable and she's like, I'm over this, give me something new. And yeah, I'm sorry, you guys, that this has been like so everywhere, all over the place. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm tired and yada yada. But yeah. So this has been Abrielle's 6-month update. And the funny thing is, in about 2 more weeks, we're going to be doing a 7-month update. So sorry it's late. But in ways, I'm glad I waited because I have more to tell you guys, especially about her little tooth. I think she's getting sleepy. She's laying down. So, say bye-bye. Say, I'm going to chew on my carrot. She's going to chew on her carrot. Say bye-bye.